You call that a crash out? I'll show you crash outs. Number 1.
So recently, WatchMojo crashed out over a video talking about their downfall, and they admitted that they didn't even watch it before giving their response. Now people are absolutely piling on them for their self-absorbed comments, and big YouTubers like Charlie, Jacksfilms, and Dolan have all jumped in to make fun of them. And WatchMojo just can't stop digging their own grave with even more butthurt responses, so it keeps getting worse. Now, like most people, I forgot that WatchMojo even existed for the longest time. But if you're like 12 and never heard of them, WatchMojo is basically one of the earliest YouTube channels that built an empire out of top 10 videos like Top 10 AI generated songs, Top 10 reasons my parents got divorced, that kind of stuff. They've been at it since 2006 and they pump out like 5 or 6 videos a day. They're basically AI slop content before AI slop was a thing, as many commenters have pointed out. This all started when a YouTuber named Voyan uploaded a video called WatchMojo's Downfall Should Be Celebrated.
From millions of views every other video a decade ago, to thousands in 2026, plagiarism to recycled content, from being the most subscribed channel in Canada in 2016 to being the 6th most subscribed channel, wow, really got him there. Welcome to Watch Voyan, and today, we're counting down the top 10 reasons WatchMojo fell off, and the top 10 reasons that's a good thing.
Voyan's video basically talks about how WatchMojo was one of the earliest content farms on YouTube, and that their views have been gradually dropping over the years. He said that their downfall is actually a good thing because their content was lazy algorithm bait with barely any research and was also regularly recycled, and people got tired of it, and this pushed them toward creators who actually care about what they're making. He also says WatchMojo's existence is part of the reason he started making videos in the first place. And the video has reached over 600,000 views with 34k likes and not even 1,000 dislikes. So clearly most people agree with his take. So instead of just ignoring the video like a normal company would, WatchMojo decided to respond in the comments, and this is what they wrote. So right off the bat, they admitted that they did not even watch the video, and then they did the most WatchMojo thing possible, which is making a bullet pointed list. And every single bullet point is just them patting themselves on the back, glazing on themselves about how ahead of the curve they were, how they've stayed relevant for 20 years, and how their watch time is somehow better than it has ever been. They also dropped this line: if by downfall you mean being a survivor, having 100 plus FTEs who earn their living with us, then I will take it. Bro, the video was saying your content has no soul, and your defense is to flex your head count and your watch time metrics. Like, they didn't watch the video yet, of course, but this is exactly the kind of corporate brain response that basically proves Voyan's whole point. And then they ended it with haters, envious, jealous people are fuel to our fire. Because, you know, criticism is never valid and it's always just a bunch of haters, as usual, right? Now moving on to Charlie, who also made a video about the whole situation.
They didn't watch the video, so they have like nothing to even like refute or even really dive in about. They just instead suck their own cock about like how long they've been around and how they were ahead of the curve. Maybe it is just like one person who has the password to the account that felt personally attacked by it. Maybe it's the owner, I don't know.
And of course, WatchMojo could not help themselves and replied to his video in the comments too. Okay, this one is at least slightly more self-aware. They actually admit that commenting on a video they hadn't watched was not their best move. But then they push back on being called a content farm, which, come on now. Then they got smug about how everyone in the comments hasn't watched WatchMojo in 10 years but somehow has very strong opinions about their thumbnails and upload strategy. They ended this with, don't visit the channel and don't leave angry comments because now the algorithm thinks you're obsessed with us and will recommend WatchMojo for the next 7 years. Mission accomplished, never change YouTube. Bro thinks he's playing 4D chess here after getting dragged for a week. Genius marketing strategy. Jacksfilms also joined in on the fun and posted a video of himself reading the WatchMojo comments in a Reddit mod type of voice.
The day no one talks to you is the day you are irrelevant. Haters, envious, jealous people are fuel to our fire.
So Dolan made 2 videos about this situation, which I think is what brought more eyes to it early on, with the first video getting over 500k views. And in his second video, he mentioned that the Italian WatchMojo channel seems to be better than WatchMojo.
Also, I had quite a few comments on my video saying that the Italian WatchMojo channel is actually really good, saying the host is super funny and actually does his research, and a lot of people enjoy the content.
Italian WatchMojo even commented on his video, and this is what they said. The comment was bad, but here just to say that we not all want to be AI slop. For example, I, Enrico, have run the Italian one on my own for many years, and even with ups and downs, thanks to my personality poured in the videos, I guess, the channel is still appreciated in our community. Ciao. Now, I don't speak Italian, so I'm probably not the target audience, but Enrico seems like a chill guy from this comment. And it turns out WatchMojo was not done. They followed up with another comment. So essentially, they're claiming Voyan's video is full of misinformation, and then they openly admit that by the second line of the video, they had already tuned out. So how would you even know it's misinformation? Then they say they refuse to make their team sit through the envious, jealous, petty garbage, but quickly throw in a "not saying this is," because apparently halfway through, they probably realized that calling a video garbage right after admitting that you haven't watched it might be a bad look. They also promised that they're gonna watch it this weekend. Then they argue that the fact that this guy spent time making a video about them is somehow proof that they are more relevant than ever, while all their competitors are gone. And they cap it off with, "Anyway, have a lovely evening." But they didn't stop there for some reason, and they continued to lecture Voyan on journalism, saying if he wanted to be credible, he should have emailed channels for comment because they don't expect his generation to actually do research. Yes, WatchMojo, known for their well-researched videos, is telling someone else to do more research. Then they pivot into a whole boomer rant about how this generation grew up with a global microphone but can't handle pushback. So even basic debate is a waste of time, they said. They wrapped it up with, "Thanks for proving we're as relevant as ever to merit your time and energy." Then a day later, they posted another follow-up saying they finally watched about 7 minutes of the video and got bored, but they promise once again that they will finish it on the weekend. How do you have the time to write these 800-word essays in YouTube comments but not have the time to just finish the video? How hard can it be? You have like 100 employees. There's also this comment supposedly from a former WatchMojo employee claiming the founder is an unhinged and unlikable person who lacks vision and direction. Now, I cannot confirm if this person actually worked there, but I figured it was worth mentioning because if you've read those WatchMojo replies and then read this comment, the energy lines up a little too well, I think. Anyway, responding to a video you openly haven't watched was a pretty dumb move to start with, and now they just come across as bitter and delusional. That is exactly why everyone started piling on them, and they brought this on themselves. They went with the worst possible dialogue option in their first response, and instead of actually addressing any of Voyan's points, they just started bragging about their achievements like it was some kind of a shareholder meeting. But anyway, that's the WatchMojo situation. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. Like and subscribe, or WatchMojo will make a top 10 video about your cringiest moments in life. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you around.